Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our next episode of SWE Dark. 5 big matches here this evening. We're going to use this to build up to this weekend's show, which will be AEW Revolution. We are live from Reno, Nevada. Let's get straight into our first match. Right, third time lucky. It's been a right mess this so far. First time round, all my USBs disconnected. Second time round, I forgot to press record. Third time round is now. So let us see how we get on. And it's Delaney with a strong start at the moment. Big strike in the face, but Mr. Brodie now nice with a dragon screw. Oh, looking for that super kick, but Delaney avoids, and now Mr. Brodie with a sidewalk slam on Delaney. Referee's getting his count up here, and Mr. Brodie with Delaney outside, sit out powerbomb. Referee's up to a 6 count. Brodie looking to... I thought Brodie was looking to try and win that by a count out, but Delaney sends Brodie back into the ring. Nice knee right in the arm. Delaney now bringing Brodie back up to a standing base. Oh, spinning heel kick avoided. Only a 1 count, Mr. Brodie now big boot in the spine of Delaney. So yeah, essentially what we're going to be doing is, I think we're going to change the format of this slightly moving forward. So we are going to, instead of having 1 episode of Dark every Wednesday, 5 matches, we're going to have 2 episodes of Dark, 1 a Tuesday, 1 a Thursday, and they'll have 3 matches each. So shorter, bit easier to get through throughout the week. Big knee in the face there by Mr. Brodie. 5 matches tonight. And of course we are using these matches to build up to the weekend's big AEW Revolution show. There's a big elimination match on night 1 which will define the #1 contender for the SWE World Heavyweight Championship. Currently held, of course, by AJ Styles, who won it at the weekend. I keep because I'm copying a lot of it. I'll honestly admit I'm copying a lot of AEW, I must admit. Mr. Brodie now stalking Delaney. There's the big discus lariat. Down goes Delaney. Down goes Brodie. Down goes the ref. And there is the 3 count. All done and dusted. There we go. Victory for Mr. Brodie. It's been a bit of a rough few weeks for him. I mean, he started the year so strong, and then he sort of dropped away. But, yeah, this is a good result for him. He'll be very happy with that. And it's a victory which will hopefully get his momentum back moving in the correct direction. And, of course, help move him up the rankings in the correct direction as well. I mean, where is he currently in the rankings? Let me have a goosey gander. Men's rankings. Sort by name. He's on M. Mr. Brodie Lee. He's not down as Mr. Brodie Lee. He's down as just Brodie Lee. He was on currently +1. He's now going to move up to +2. So he's not still that high up the rankings. But this will help him. It's going to take a bit of time to move in the correct direction. But +2 currently sits him... I'll have a gander. At number 23 in the rankings, which is not actually that bad. I mean, considering that there are now officially 222 people on our rankings, number 23 isn't bad. But he'll want to be a lot higher than that, and a couple of victories might just see that. Right, let's move on. And here we go then, two guys making their debut here in SWE this year. We're going to have Lance Archer up against Pretty Peter Avalon. Let's get straight into this match and see who comes out on top. I've got an idea who might come out on top, but let's see what happens. But yeah, it's the same thing as earlier. I mean, we're more than likely going to see Lance Archer as part of this big elimination match at the weekend to try and look to see who will be going towards the SWE Championship match. I still keep doing it wrong every time. As Archer now with Avalon up, swings him round and slams him down. That's a big maneuver. Archer brings Avalon back up to his feet now into the corner. And is he thinking about... He is thinking about going for it straight away. Boom! Drops him. And Lance Archer drops in for the pin for the 1, the 2, and the easy win. Lance Archer demolishes Peter Avalon here. And Archer gets his first ranking point on the board, whereas Peter Avalon takes his first loss. And I mean, Lance Archer can't be happy with the sheer fact that we are now into March. And he's only just debuted and... Oh, he's showcasing that here as he's looking to send a message to the rest of the roster. A few rogue boots into Peter Avalon. And there we go, Archer. And here we go then, match number 3 of the evening. We will see the Good Brothers as well as Kenny Omega going up against the team of Cole Quinn, Baron Blade, and El Mago. Here we go then. This should be interesting. And of course, this will also count towards the Good Brothers in the tag team rankings as well. At the end, they're currently on -2 in the tag team rankings, so they do need a win, really, to build themselves up, especially since we are, of course, doing the Dusty Classic now as well, which they will be involved in. Now, this is a standard 6-man tag, so first pinfall or submission will pick up the victory. I say, this is a big one. Very important for the Good Brothers to really get their momentum back up and really get their rankings back up. And Kenny Omega as well. He's got a big match coming up at the weekend as he hits the V-trigger right into the face of Baron Blade. Where is Kenny in the rankings now then? He is currently on +2. So he's dropped down a little bit. He could do with a win here to get himself back in the picture. And of course, another man who I would expect we may see as part of the championship elimination qualifier. Who knows? Omega now taking Cole Quinn up in the butterfly pile driver. Wow. Baron Blade head to the outside. Baron Blade not wearing a ring attire today. Decided to go for a full leather jacket and trousers. I don't know. Did we just grab him on backstage and say you're wrestling tonight? I don't really know what happened there, to be honest. But he's out here. That's the main thing. He's doing what he needs to do. Well, he's not doing. Well, is he doing what he needs to do? He'll do what he needs to do if he gets pinned. Not that I'm showcasing any sort of biases here, but I would like him to get pinned. Or Cole Quinn or El Mago, one of the 3 of them at least. If Cole Quinn pins Kenny Omega, there's going to be a riot. Mainly by me, but there's going to be a riot. Omega breaks free from Cole Quinn. Now gets on the back into the big German suplex. Keeps the grip, rolls the hip into a second German. Keeps the grip, rolls the hip once again. Into the trifecta of German suplexes on Cole Quinn. Cole now gets back up to his feet while Omega stalks. The Good Brothers in control of the guys on the outside, but Cole Quinn saw the V-trigger coming and avoided it. And Cole Quinn, all of a sudden taking control of Kenny Omega once again. Who would have thought anybody in their right mind ever would have said the sentence, Cole Quinn is in control of Kenny Omega? Who would have thought it? Who would have thunk it? Slap across the face by Omega. Now Omega taking Cole up onto the top. Mago, lovely little move there, taking down Carl Anderson. Superplex by Mago on Cole Quinn. Mago looking for a running knee strike. Carl Anderson avoided it. Now catching Mago with a boot in the back. Now into the pin. Oh, it's enough. Okay. Team Carl Anderson picks up the victory. I wasn't quite expecting it to be that sort of simple. I thought it would take more than just a boot in the back to get the win, but evidently not. It wasn't. That's all they needed was a slight knee in the back. But there we go. Right, Baron Blade, Mago, and Cole Quinn with all 6-man tag losses. Kenny Omega. That's his first tag team victory so far in this universe mode. Luke Gallows is going to get himself a 6-man tag wise as well. There we go. That's their first victory so far for Gallows and Anderson. They've had 2 tag team matches so far and lost them both. And we'll give them a point in the tag team rankings as well. There we go. Nice. We move on. And here we go then. Our 4th match of the evening. Jon Moxley goes one-on-one against Brandon Cutler. I think this is Brandon Cutler making his debut. He's not on my rankings, is he? He is not on my rankings. Okay. But of course, Jon Moxley currently is. Moxley currently sat on -1 in the rankings, with a 6-man tag win, a couple of extra points, but 4 losses in singles matches, which is not great for him. So we'll add old didgeridoo in now. Alright, if I put him like there, beautiful, then copy that down. Boom, lovely. Brandon Cutler. There we go. He's now on the rankings officially. Yeah, so this is a good opportunity for Moxley again, someone who we would expect to see as part of that #1 contendership match coming up this week. Starting this match on a -1. So does need this win, really. He's not had a singles victory yet. Say he's had a tag team victory. I think the 6-man tag victory as part of the Brodie show at the very beginning of the year. Brandon Cutler with the elbow in the face of Moxley. This is an Extreme Rules match. Essentially, we said to Moxley we wanted to book him for Dark, and he said it'd only come if he could have some fun. So we've allowed him to use any sort of weaponry he sees fit, but at the moment, I don't think he really is planning on using it, as he just power bombs Brandon Cutler. Brings Brandon back up to a standing base. Now into the, wow, the old-fashioned Dirty Deeds, his original finisher maneuver when he got into the main roster in WWE, that 1%er style forward headlock DDT. And now Moxley is in firm control. Gets her in the back of Brandon Cutler, who is busted open already. Oh, stiff forearm in the face by Cutler, but Moxley comes back. Vintage Moxley with the clothesline into the pin. And Moxley keeps Brandon Cutler down for the free count. That puts Moxley now up to 0 in the rankings. Who would have thought? There we go. Big victory here for Moxley. And offers the handshake to Cutler. Cutler was having none of it. Having absolutely none of it. He'll be disappointed with himself. He would have hoped he could have won this one, but not to be the case. And here's our main event of the evening. A little bit of a warm-up for these two guys. Sting and Darby Allin will team up for the first time as they go up against Gillberg and Barry Horowitz in a tag team Extreme Rules match. Now, we are going to try and utilize some of the realistic matches this weekend, as well as obviously making our own as well. So we will see Sting and Taz versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks at some point. But I thought it'd be nice to sort of get these two guys in the ring together and see how they get on, first of all, like this. Now, this is not going to be official tag teams, these are two. These are just a combination of 4 singles wrestlers, so no tag team points will be gifted in this one. So it's all down to singles ratings. At the moment, of course, Darby Allin is your hardcore champion on +5 in the rankings. While Sting had a very difficult start, but after the last 2 episodes of Dark has got himself back up to -1. This victory here, if he does get it, could move him up to a 0 and put him back to the flat middle, which is what he would hope to be in, and we can see some more from him, hopefully moving forward. As Darby now sending Barry Horowitz shoulder first into the turnbuckle. There's Gillberg, of course, part of the job squad. I believe this is Gillberg's debut. Gillberg is on the rankings. Yeah, this is Gillberg's debut. And this is also Barry Horowitz's debut, or has he wrestled already? No, Barry Horowitz has wrestled once already as part of a tag team, and he's lost that match. Okay. And Sting here trying to showcase that he's not past it as he looks to do a big dive from the top rope on... No, you missed him. Sting, you missed him, you boob. What a boob. Well, yeah, that happened. Either way, the match now continues on the outside. Of course, it is Extreme Rules, no countouts, no disqualifications, but pinfalls and submissions must take place inside the ring for it to finish. Darby with a boot on the back of the arm of Horowitz, now heading up to the top. Looking for a senton bomb, but Horowitz was able to move out the way. Darby, nice forearm boot in the gut, now over the top into a sunset flip bomb. A big boot in the gut as well by Darby, who now just strikes the back of Horowitz as Gillberg. Let's not deny the fact that Gillberg is absolutely demolishing Sting on the outside. Yeah, I don't quite know why that's happening, but it is happening. But now Sting has turned that around. Darby's up on top, and Darby drops the coffin drop onto Barry Horowitz into the ping as Sting continues to keep a hold of Gillberg on the outside, and there we go. Barry Horowitz and Gillberg lose the match to Darby Allin and Sting. Your hardcore champion pops up another victory. Gillberg. 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 Finally, Sting is back up to 0 points now. He had a rough start, but he's definitely got back into it now. Look at that. Big coffin drop, middle of the ring, and yeah. Sting had Gillberg under control on the outside at that point in time, and that was enough to finish it off. Well, there we go. That's the end of this episode of SWE Dark. Like I said, next week we're going to change the format slightly. Instead of doing one show of 5 matches, we're going to do 2 3-match shows on Tuesday and Thursday instead, as well as our normal weekend shows. And of course, don't forget that we are also having an incredible amount of Dusty Classic matches and shows coming up as well, so don't miss those. I mean, like, when I say incredible amount, I mean, like, far too freaking much. But yeah, check that out. They would have been up to date. Check that out. They would have been uploaded one today, so we'll make sure you do check that one out. Who is in today's one? Let's have a quick look. The Legion of Doom versus the Hasbros, and the FBI versus I Got Kids. There we go. Right, good night, God bless. Auf Wiedersehen, all the other good stuff, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more SWE action. Bye.